Hey guys, Curtis here with you today. Today I'm going to go over this Purina Tidy Cats. So this one here is multi-cat clumping litter, lightweight, 99.9% dust-free, powerful odor control, clean or not clean, free and clean, unscented, free of fragrances and dyes. So for me, one of the most important things here is the unscented. Everybody has their own kind of personal opinion on everything. I don't know if I have a sensitivity towards scents or maybe I just don't like them. But either way, I do not like scented items generally. I mean, there are some things I don't, mind. But for the most part, I just don't like scented things. The lightweight part, they do have something on the back here. So a 17-pound box of this is equal to 35 pounds of the leading clumping litter, which I would assume is probably Tidy Cats, because I think Tidy Cats is pretty much right up there on the top of the list. So I don't know if they're comparing themselves to themselves or not, but the lightweight one though is pretty much half, so about half the weight. And short of pulling out a scale and weighing this stuff, I would be leaning towards believing that, because this stuff does seem a lot lighter weight than other ones, especially if you have a box this size. Something else pointed about this box. Online exclusive packaging. If you went to your local store, they buy this, the box most likely is not going to look like this. I'm not really sure why they changed it. I'm assuming it's to save a few bucks maybe in the packaging. But this one you see is pretty much, let me move that. You kind of see is basically just kind of white with very little coloring. Whenever you go to the stores, this stuff seems to be a little bit brighter packaged. But I'm assuming they save a few bucks on that one. And you're buying it online, so you don't see it anyway when you buy it. But I don't know what you're looking for, sweetie. I think he thinks I got food up here, maybe. All right, let's get some of this stuff out so we can see what we're dealing with. So this is in a bag here. You can kind of see just the packaging. Big, huge bag loose in there. Get some of this out. All right, so this is what it looks like here. Let me change this camera angle. So you can kind of see this is I would kind of consider this, if grain is the right word, I'll say this is a medium grain one. I have seen several cat litters that are basically a powder, and then I have seen some that are at least twice this size. From my understanding, and I could be completely wrong here, this does say this is 99.9% dust free. So if you had a smaller one that's more like a powder, I'm assuming that would be very dusty. Whenever you get into the ones that are real big, again, a lot bigger than this, that's a lot of times when you start seeing on the packaging how they talk about, I'm losing my thought here, not tracking, but it's basically where it falls on the floor. Your cat jumps in here, the little oil on their pads kind of stick to this, and then they jump out of the litter box. The litter will get all over the floor, all over your carpet, basically all over your house. I can't think of the word they put on there. I want to say tracking, but I could be very wrong on that. But whenever you do get into the ones that are like a lot bigger than this, that's when you start seeing that being advertised on the packaging here. But they are not advertising that, which kind of holds true here. This is what I'm talking about. This is good for the dust because it's medium size. It's not necessarily good for the tracking or whatever that's called because it's not huge. But something I do like to point out whenever I'm looking at litters is at the bottom of your cat's paws are generally going to have a little bit of oil on them. So whenever they stick their little feet in your litter box and then they come out of your litter box, they do a little shaky here. But then on the bottom of your pads is you're going to see this. So right now my hands obviously could be a little bit sweaty. I mean, I am outside right now in the garage, so maybe I do have a little bit of sweat on them, but you can kind of see there did get quite a bit on there. Now obviously with your cat, they're going to jump around, do some stuff in the litter box before they pop out. But even with that, you see I still have it on my fingers. So that's just something to point out. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, and it's going to be unavoidable for the most part. That is not food, sweetie. I think Chihuahua thinks they got a treat up here for him, and I don't think it was a good idea for him to be eating litter. But if I do grab this, and I give it a little squeeze and a pinch. You can kind of see I do get a little bit of powder on my fingers. So that's going to be probably more comparable to like the dust free. But I have used this brand before. I've used this particular product. I've had it now for a couple weeks. And I haven't had a significant issue with dust, but you can see there is going to be some. And again, they're saying 99.9. They're not saying it's 100% dust free. But all in all, I am very happy with this product. You know, it does what it's supposed to do. It's not, oh, the smell. That's the big thing here, the fragrance. So as far as the smell goes, again, it says it's fragrance free. I'm not smelling anything. So for me personally, that's a big deal. Again, like I said before, I don't like having strong odors, strong smells. So that's a big plus. So they're doing very, very good on the unscented. The LightWeight, again, they're half the weight of the other ones. So definitely something I would recommend. Again, I'm just pointing this stuff out here, just kind of being a little bit picky, just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But again, very good product. So there you go, guys. I hope somebody out there got something from this video, and thank you for watching.